on in a process, a company needs to think about its goals and determine a predominant organization model. For example, if a company wants to create new products, co-create products, reinvent existing products, it may want to implement an innovation center. An innovation center is an organization that ties together things like research, product design, and testing. On the other hand, if the goals of the company are to solve, let's say, internal processes, make internal processes more efficient, it may be interested in implementing a consulting office where resources within the office are lent out to operating organizations to solve specific issues within the company. A second area for companies to think about are key implementation elements that they need to support the model. For example, 3 items that come to mind are having an advisory board, which consists of both scientific and business resources that can consult on scientific issues for the organization. Another example is having a pilot project which provides a concrete way to advance behavioral science in an applied way within an organization. And the third example is education program. How does the company and employees learn about behavioral science and continue to learn and implement it within an organization? In my work with companies to implement behavioral science initiatives, I find that companies can really elevate their game by addressing what I call behavioral grit, where grit stands for goals, research, innovation, and testing. For example, goals is really about an organization being able to articulate things like its goals for customers, company goals related to profit, drilling down into things like goals for the product or even portions of the product. Better that a company can define goals and align goals, the better it can advance its initiatives in behavioral science. The second piece is the research area, and really thinking about how a company can get better at research, whether that includes things like leveraging academic research within core scientific areas like psychology or behavioral economics, or specific areas within an industry or even a sub-industry, an application within an industry. So for example, it might be within behavioral finance and how people process information associated with annual statements, let's say. Third area is related to innovation. One key area that I talk about in my book is meaning-driven innovation. So there's this whole idea of social psychology and relationships to other people. Meaning-driven innovation is really about relationships with products and services and what those elements mean to users. For example, is the product or service related to helping a person transform and achieve their goals? Is it more about having a trusted kind of relationship where you can bounce ideas and where the product or service helps protect the user? This is an idea of meaning-driven innovation, and I find this to be one area that's important for behavioral science. Fourth area is related to testing and how a company can up its game in the testing area. And testing is not just a matter of tools, but it's really about establishing a platform. So this can consist of technology, but it can also consist of processes, like how do we set up an experimental testing area where we can break with perhaps traditional corporate conventions and really try new things that we think might really help us innovate, but where we're kind of constrained by the existing way we do business. That's one aspect of testing. Another aspect may be just servicing existing customers and optimizing products, and you may want to be able to do A/B testing and multivariate testing and the like. So the idea is to really, though, establish a platform for accomplishing various goals, because implementing behavioral science is really about tying together research, innovation, and then testing and making sure that our hypotheses about how things should work actually work the way we want them to.